Think about the most important relationships in your life. Maybe it's your partner, your children, your parent, or even your closest friend. Now ask yourself, do these relationships truly feel safe, supportive, and emotionally healthy? Here's the truth. Many of us grow up believing that love is enough to make a relationship last. But love without emotional health can actually turn into pain, misunderstanding, and sometimes even resentment. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into what makes relationships emotionally healthy. I'll share stories, examples, and practical tools you can start using today to create stronger, more meaningful connections. And whether you're single, in a partnership, part of a family, or just want better friendship, these lessons apply to every human connection in your life. So stay with me until the end, because you're going to leave with a roadmap that could change not just your relationship, but the way you experience love itself. Defining emotionally healthy relationship. Let's begin with the basic. What exactly is an emotionally healthy relationship? Most people assume it means not fighting or always being happy together, but the truth is, that's not realistic. Healthy relationships aren't about perfection. They're about balance, respect, and emotional safety. An emotionally healthy relationship is one where you can express yourself without fear of judgment. Disagreements don't destroy connection, but instead open doors to deeper understanding. Both people feel valued and respected, even in their differences. I once met a couple who proudly told me they never fight. At first, that sounded ideal, but after a while, it became clear that they weren't actually being honest with each other. They avoided conflict to keep things peaceful, but under the surface there was resentment. Compare that to another couple I knew who did argue, but they argued with respect. They listened, they apologized, they worked through the issue, and you know what? Their bond was stronger than ever. So the first lesson is this: emotional health in relationship doesn't mean absence of conflict. It means presence of respect and trust. Here's something many people overlook. Before you can have an emotionally healthy relationship with someone else, you need a healthy relationship with yourself. Self-awareness is the foundation. If you don't know your own emotions, triggers, and patterns, you'll project them onto others. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone who gets upset when their partner doesn't respond to a text right away. The real issue might not be the delay. It might be a deeper insecurity or fear of abandonment. Without self-awareness, that insecurity gets pushed onto the partner, creating unnecessary tension. So how do you build self-awareness? Start journaling. Write down your feelings and what triggered them. Ask yourself, what emotions am I carrying from past relationships into my current one? Learn to pause before reacting. Here's a quick exercise. The next time you feel upset in a relationship, instead of blaming the other person, ask yourself, what's really happening inside me right now? That moment of reflection can transform conflict into clarity. Communication that connects. If there's one skill that determines the health of a relationship, it's communication. But not just talking, listening. Most of us listen to reply, not to understand. We hear words but miss emotions. One powerful tool is using I statement. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try saying, "I feel unheard when my thoughts are interrupted." Do you feel the difference? The first sounds like an attack. The second opens the door to understanding. Body language matters too. Eye contact, nodding, open posture. These show you're present. Here's a role play example. Unhealthy: you're always on your phone. You don't care about me. Healthy: I miss connecting with you. Can we have some time together without phones tonight? The message is the same. You want attention, but the delivery changes everything. Remember, in emotionally healthy relationships, communication isn't about winning an argument. It's about building a bridge. Trust and boundary. Let's talk about trust and boundaries. Trust is the currency of every relationship. It's built in small, consistent actions, keeping promises, being honest, showing up when you say you will. Lose trust, and even love starts to fade. Boundaries are just as important. A lot of people think boundaries are walls to keep people out, but they're actually fences that protect what's inside. They're about saying, "This is what I need to feel safe and respected." For example, in friendship, a boundary might be not tolerating gossip about you. In family, could be limiting how much personal information you share if someone uses it against you. In romantic relationship, it could be needing personal space or time for hobbies. Here's the truth: people who respect your boundaries strengthen the relationship. People who repeatedly break them, well, that's a sign the relationship might not be healthy. One of the greatest gifts you can give in a relationship is empathy. Empathy means stepping into the other person's shoes, not to solve their problem, but to feel with them. Think of the difference between these two responses. Sympathy: I'm sorry you're upset. Empathy: I can see how hard this must be for you. I'm here with you. See the shift. Sympathy is from the head. Empathy is from the heart. In an emotionally healthy relationship, both people know how to support each other not just in good times, but in struggles. Because when life gets tough, what matters most isn't solution, it's connection. Conflict is inevitable, but here's the key. Conflict handled well can actually strengthen relationship. Rules for healthy conflict: no name calling, insult, or bringing up old mistakes. Stay on one issue at a time. Take a break if emotions get too high. Focus on understanding, not winning. Here's an example. Imagine two partners arguing about finance. One says, "You never care about money." The other feels attacked and shuts down. That's unhealthy. Now imagine instead, "I feel stressed when we overspend. Can we create a budget together?" That turns the fight into teamwork. Conflict doesn't have to mean disconnection. In fact, can create deeper trust when handled with care. Growing together. Another sign of emotionally healthy relationships is growth. Healthy partners, friends, or family don't hold you back. They cheer for your growth. Imagine two scenarios. One partner feels threatened when the other succeeds. Another partner celebrates every achievement, big or small. Which one feels emotionally healthy? Obviously, the second. Healthy relationships allow space for individuality and togetherness. You're two whole people walking side by side, not one person losing themselves in the other. So ask yourself, do the people I love support my growth, or do they make me shrink? That answer tells you a lot. Red flags and letting go. Finally, we have to talk about red flag, because part of being emotionally healthy is knowing when a relationship is not safe. Some red flag: manipulation or control. Gaslighting, making you question your own reality. Constant criticism, lack of accountability. If you find yourself in a relationship where you feel smaller, weaker, or less worthy every day, it may not be a place for healing, but for harm. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is let go. Leaving doesn't mean you didn't love enough, it means you loved yourself enough. So, what makes emotionally healthy relationships? They're not built on perfection. They're built on trust, respect, empathy, communication, and the courage to grow together. If you take just one step today, whether it's setting a boundary, listening more deeply, or reflecting on your own emotions, you're already building healthier connection. Remember this: the quality of your life is shaped by the quality of your relationships, and every healthy relationship you build is a gift, not only to yourself, but to the world around you. If this video gave you insight, please hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use these reminders, because everyone deserves a relationship that feels like home.